to a little celebration. We've got something good here to celebrate. Congratulations to our women's basketball team for being our conference champions. Take a look at the game in 2 minutes. And a season like that is what gets you into the playoffs. Hey, you're busy welcoming our athletic director, Wes Uffelman. Thanks for doing that. Hey, Wes.
I'm ready. Well, thank you everybody who came out on Saturday. As you saw in the video, that was a great atmosphere. It's been a long time since we've had that kind of atmosphere. We had a lot of excitement. That was the first time in school history that our women's basketball team won the CSAC championship. So this is a big event. So if you would stand and you give a round of applause as our 2022 women's basketball team makes their way to the stage. Ladies, come on up. Coach Harrison, Coach Nat, come on up.
Harrison, it's a shiny end up is what you do. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. No, don't sit down. I mean, we got to let these people see why you played basketball here and I didn't.
Okay.
I used to watch.
We did have a mascot, though.
Yeah. I used to watch Coach play when he was a student. Okay, and as you might expect, he was reasonably important to our team's success. Really worked out well. So, I mean, we had a lot of fun back in the day when you were playing. So, fast forward just a couple of years. How does it feel different to be the coach instead of the player?
Instead of being told what to do, I get to say what to do. But it's, I mean, it's kind of like that. Like in a sense, like I get to, like develop a team, which is awesome. I mean, instead of me being developed, because, that was great and all that stuff, but it's just much more satisfying, I guess you'd say, to like watch a team as they come together and stuff, and just being a part of it. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, so what did you learn you didn't know it when you were a student player? A couple things you learned along the way that have made it possible to be a coach.
Got to serve. It's all about serving.
Okay.
Just being there for your ladies, like whatever they need, and just trying to help them, achieve what they want to achieve, and just being everything you can for them is what it's about. Just pouring your life into them.
Is that a fair answer? Okay, all right. Turn your microphone off. Hey, there's probably some folks who are just tuning in now. They didn't watch the games like we did. What made it happen? What came together during the season that brought us to where we are today?
I don't know. Probably the biggest thing was just developing us into like more of just the unselfishness of just being a team, and just, one day Randy might have 30, and the next day it might be Michaela that has 30, or, just whatever. And it's just about, not caring, who gets what. We're just, as a team, trying to get what we want to get, and so it's just pretty awesome.
Okay, so, winning conference championship, fabulous. Okay, and now into the playoffs, how do you do that transition? Same thing again, or is extra stuff that you got to know along the way?
Well, like we talked about yesterday, it's like no different than it's been any other game. Yeah, it's a bigger game, if you want to say, but all year these ladies have just tried to show Christ through the way they played. So now we just get to go to Boston and show Christ the way we play, and that we love him by what he's given to us, the gifts that he's given to us. We're just, that's our worship to him on the court.
And I think you guys can do that. I got no question about it. Hey, for 21 years, our women's team was coached by Sherry Holloway, who happens to be in the front row with a microphone.
Not yet.
Coach Holloway would...
Not yet. She doesn't have a microphone yet.
Oh, doesn't she? Wait a minute. That always upsets Dina when I miss the script. Let me go back down here. No. I know. I am the president, but you know how things work. Oh yeah, that was here. Okay, so Sam put together for us a 2-minute high-energy clip. That was fabulous. Okay, we sit here in the middle of a whole lot of people who sometimes wonder about us. So let's take a look at what WNEP put up about our game. Let's do that.
Packed house for the CSAC Women's Basketball Championship. Clark Summit hosting Keystone. 1-point game going into the fourth quarter, but the defenders start to build a lead. Look at that move by Elizabeth Singleton. Game high 26 points. Giants turn to Abby Ritz and one for the Tunkhannock native, but the defenders defend their home court. Selinsgrove native Tori Lehman with 22, and then Singleton to Randy Traxler, corner three for the Dagger. Clark Summit wins the conference title 82-71. Singleton coming off that ACL injury. She was a bit emotional after this game.
It means a lot. Last year I tore my ACL and my family was right there supporting me every step of the way. So, I've been dreaming for this moment for two years, so it just means a lot.
Her knees have been hurting for a while now, but she just guts it out and just gives everything she's got, and kind of surreal. It's what we've been pushing toward the whole time, but wow, this is crazy.
It's okay to be emotional when something like that happens. It really is. A couple of minutes ago, somebody was introducing Coach Sherry Holloway. Come on up on stage. 21 years, our women's basketball coach here. And why don't you take a couple of minutes, talk to some of the girls, and we'll move on.
Okie doke. First of all, I don't know if any of our alum are watching, but let me say to you on behalf of all of our lady defenders over the years, congratulations. Well done. Good. I hope you understand that you are representing all of us, right? We all worked hard and tried to pave the way and all of that. Okay. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to ask a couple questions, and for your response, I just want you to point who the answer is rather than everyone pass the mic. I just want you to point to, so make sure you turn around and see who's sitting where. Everybody knows. Okay? Who on the team has the best smile? Show. Okay. Who is the team motivator? Love it. Okay. Who is the hardest worker? From what I understand, there was a team goal or theme of sorts, right? Yes? What was it? Somebody with a microphone, perhaps.
Christ-centered, basketball focused.
Okay. Who is it that lived out that theme best? All right, so here's what I think is really kind of cool is that the answers to those questions were varied all across and throughout the team. Right? It's not just one person, which is exactly what team means. Right? So here, and let's do this. Michaela, grab a mic. Oh, perfect. See that? Excellent. What are you most proud of your teammates for?
I think just the fact that we came together in such a way that wasn't just like, I mean, you just said it, like we're a team. And when we're playing our best basketball is when we're being patient and we're, you know, moving the ball around. And you can just see that, like, our love for each other is on the basketball court. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when we're struggling, like, we're not playing as well. And I think I'm just proud that we came together because it's really easy to, like, especially with girls, form, like, little cliques and stuff. But I would say, like, that's not a part of this team at all. And that's been one of the hugest blessings is, like, going out my senior year, being able to say, like, this truly is a family. Like, after the game, we were, like, 1, 2, 3 family, and, like, we meant it. Because, like, I can say that every single one of these girls I will be able to talk to in 10 years, and it will be just the same.
Cool. Yeah. Allie, hand that microphone over to Allie. Allie, think of one of the hardest times in your season. Is there any? You didn't have any hard times? Okay, next question. No, can you think of a hard time in the season? Or was it all a piece of cake? Go, Liz.
Randy, the GOAT, went into quarantine like 5,000 times. So that was very, very hard.
So how did you get out of that? It was a hard time. How did you work through that? What got you through that? Why didn't it stop you?
I mean, honestly, I would say it kind of brought us together because, like, obviously Randy is an amazing player, a big part of our team, so we had to play together. Like, we had no choice. So when she came back, it just, I don't know, God definitely knew what he was doing when he put into quarantine 5,000 times.
Okay. 5,000. 5,000 times. That's a lot. All right, hand that mic to Randy. Let's talk to her. Randy, so you've played here a few years.
Yes, like 5 years.
5 years. Okay. How has playing on the teams previously helped you become a better player and a better person? What brought you to this point about playing on those teams?
I think for like my first 2 years, like only winning one game and collectively in those 2 years, it really humbled me as a player, and I had to change my mindset a little bit. It could have been easy for me to be like, oh, well, we're not winning, I can just like give up, but that's no excuse not to like work hard or push through. And the next 3 years, you know, benefited. We got amazing girls and more talent, and if I just gave up, like, I don't think I personally, as a person, or my ability of playing basketball would have been at the level that it is today.
And what is it, Allie, we'll come back to you. What is it about this team? I do want to give you an opportunity. What is it about this team, Michaela, that has gotten you to this point?
The first thing that we said afterwards was like, this is all God. So the fact that our focus really was Christ-centered basketball is, I truly believe that's what it is. Because without it, you know, it sounds cliche, but it really, I believe it from the bottom of my heart. Like, it is God. He gave us this opportunity. Like, a bunch of us are using a COVID year. Like, that's not normal to be able to come back and have, you know, another chance. But I really believe that God has blessed us. I don't know. It's just the craziest thing.
Liz. So, CSAC Player of the Year, championship, tournament MVP. Is this? How did you get here? What is it about this team? Because you obviously you got to have 4 other people on the floor and people in practice, etc. What is it about this team that you would say has allowed you to be able to reach those milestones?
Well, we're unselfish, first of all. So, like, it doesn't matter who scores or anything. Like, we're just unselfish. We just want to get the win. So, those awards to me is a team award. Like, yeah, you can only pick one person to win the award. But obviously, without my team, without God, like, those awards don't exist, right? So, I mean, we're just unselfish and we just put God first, and it just came along with it.
Okay, I want all the freshmen or new students, first year, have a mic or get close. Everybody good? Okay. Here's my question, and you didn't know this one was coming. What are you going to take with you from playing with this group? What are you going to take with you next year to make next year's team even better?
Okay, I'll start. So I think this team was just very hardworking. And so I think, I mean, we had our moments, but in practices, we really just wanted to push each other. It didn't matter if I was a freshman, I could still push the seniors and they could do the same for me. And so I think going forward, we just want to continue to create a culture where we can challenge each other, because that's how we're going to get better.
You kind of stole mine. I was going to say this is a very hard-working team. Practices are always hard, but they're good, and we push each other and we encourage each other. And definitely, as I continue to play basketball, I want to be the most encouraging person on the team. At least I think that should be everybody's goal, and I think this team does a really good job of trying to be the most encouraging people.
Well, they stole both of my answers, but I have a third one. I think on top of encouraging and working hard, there was always an element of celebrating with each other. A lot of the starters said that was like one of the defining things about this team, was that we didn't care who scored. It was just that somebody scored, and we were happy that that person got what they did. So I think going forward, celebrating with other people, even if I might not be having the greatest game, but Chloe may be having a good game, or Serene, then just celebrating with them and putting them above my own interests will really make this team do the same that the team this year did.
Is that it?
I think they covered it all, honestly.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have one. I would say that next year I want to continue to, as a team, just put each other first. We are constantly, like, someone was giving away their shoes at a game that somebody left theirs at an away game, or like giving up a jersey if someone forgot theirs back at the school, or giving someone a warm-up, or it could be getting their water bottles filled, or running to Ronnie's office and grabbing something that they need, like, in the middle of the game. Like, just constantly putting each other first, I think, is what really brings us together as a team.
So obviously we need to keep working on our memories. Okay, last question for those who are leaving, because you forgot things, right? Okay. Those who are leaving, what is it you will take from your experience as a defender, as a lady defender, that will make you a better person going forward? Wherever God takes you, however he uses you, what is it about playing this sport? What is it about this season that you will take with you to be a better follower of Jesus, a better worker, a better mom? What is it?
Surprise! Right before our game on Saturday, is that what it was? We all sat in the locker room and we watched this scene from It's Facing the Giants, right? It's the death crawl scene, and this guy was just like not believing that he could walk like the span of the field, and so his coach blindfolded him, and the whole time he's like, keep going, don't quit, and that's like what this team has been to me. Like right before we came, you know what the record was, and then we had like the second most winningest season in like all of NCAA when we first came, and then to go from that to this is like, to me that's a keep going, don't quit. So like even going forward for you guys next year, do not quit. Like I don't know, and even in life, just knowing that like when we put our minds to something, you know, like we really can do it. It's not unattainable, and it's just like feeling hopeful and excited for the future, because we really do have the power to take things into our own hands.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, like going through my first few years here, and then to what it is today, like never giving up. And, you know, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do after this year exactly, but I know God has, I'm in God's hands, and, you know, taking what I've learned through this season and seasons in the past, let's just say if I like coach one day, I'll be able to share experiences, and that's something that I'll value, you know, for the rest of my life.
All right, last thing. I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to say one word that best, in your mind, describes this group. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance. Think. Do, 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 do. Nope. Everybody's just going to say it out loud. Okay, you got it? One word. Everybody say the word at the same time. Ready? Everyone's a participant. I am. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I don't know if you picked it up, but most of them said family and unselfish. Guys, we wish you the very best. And I hope that you do take from your experience, learning on the court, I hope that you take whatever you're learning and take it outside the lines. Right? Congratulations.
Hey, Rick, did they send along like 2 or 3 extra boxes of those nice shirts? 'Cause, you know, they one each? Fortunately, we have here CSU's swag whisperer, Fred Deffendorf.
How are you doing?
What? Shirts?
What's that?
Shirts?
Well, I'm always looking to capitalize to make some money on some stuff, and
Yeah, we know that.
why can't we make some money off of this, you know? So I figured I threw together a t-shirt design, if we can throw that up there, commemorating our victory here. Got some nice shirts there for you guys.
Well, that's a
$12. We're gonna do a pre-order. Yeah, we'll give you guys the free ones. We'll let you guys have the free ones, but
for $12.
$12.
They got a free shirt. But Fred.
Yeah.
You may have noticed there's an audience of impoverished college students out here.
I'm looking right at Nick Gambito, so.
Can you sharpen the pencil on that at all?
You mean drop the price a little?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I know it goes against your grain.
It cuts into my budget a little.
It does.
All right.
But whose budget is it, really?
That's fair. A lot of facts being thrown out here, isn't there?
Yes.
I tell you what. Why don't we knock it down $5? Does that sound good? $5?
Fred, I appreciate your concern for the students, but what about the staff and the faculty?
Oh yeah, they're pathetic too, aren't they?
Yeah. Can you a little more, maybe?
Tell you what, since it's all the same budget, why don't we just give them all a free shirt? How's that sound?
Well, that sounds like it would work.
Yeah. I mean, they were in the stands cheering. I think everybody in this crowd, including the faculty and staff, and your parents, will get a free T-shirt. How's that sound? All right.
So like we just buy one size and give them out to everyone? Is that
No, actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw up we're gonna triple X everybody that we could share it. I better be careful. We do have a QR code right now that you guys can start scanning, but if it doesn't work right now, that's fine. We're actually going to throw it into the hub, Schoology, all that good stuff, so that you guys can take advantage. We know there's people in quarantine right now that couldn't be here. So if you want to scan this, it'll bring up an order form. And ladies, if you want to send the link to your parents so they can also get a shirt too, and when they come in, we'll give them to you guys. You can bring them home to mom and dad. But every person here, including faculty and staff, you guys get a free shirt.
Thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Lytle.
Thank you very much. Hey, Wes, come talk to us about the next game.
So the next game will be Friday night, 7 o'clock. It is in Massachusetts, and I know most of you are going home for spring break. But you can follow and watch online. Check our website, gocsudefenders.com. All the live links will be up then. But Friday night, 7 o'clock, the Lady Defenders are going to take on Tufts, which is a great name, I think.
That was all you had to say. Okay. Anyway, Diane and I were traveling over the weekend, so I had to watch you guys through the small screen. We actually were out for lunch with some alumni, and I just put my phone on the table, and we watched it while we were eating. It was so cool to see you guys in the gym, and you gave us a reason to be there. We really, really do appreciate it. So thank you for what you put into all this. And in your honor, we thought, why not a sugar high? So I'm going to close chapel in prayer in just a minute. Rick, why don't you guys take off here, and you can head toward the back of the room and get the donuts first. I mean, really, there ought to be some benefit in being a winning team. And then the rest of there's 360. Well, actually, there weren't 360 donuts because I brought them onto campus earlier and did a quality control of one of the boxes. So there's 359 back there. So obviously there's one per. Okay, so once everybody's had one per, then the rest of you who are thinking only one donut can go back and get the rest of the donuts you really would like. Okay, quick check on the list here to make sure that I don't have an argument with anyone who I work with later on. I think we're good. So why don't you stand up with me and we'll pray and then grab some donuts, have some decent fellowship, and we'll keep on enjoying what CSU does. Lord, thank you so much that we could be here together. We're grateful for our women's team and grateful for what they were able to put together. And we actually loved hearing them talk about you this morning. Thank you for that. We ask you for grace and skill for them for the Friday night game too. I thank you for our students. And as Friday comes and we move out of here in 300 and some different places, I would ask that you would use each one of us to accomplish something that would honor Jesus and get that done through us in ways that wouldn't happen if we hadn't had spring break. And we thank you for our Savior. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, God bless you guys. See you later.